I've been buying DJI drones for years, and I'm gonna tell you something uncomfortable. The winner on this list isn't the most expensive, nor the one with the most cameras. It costs less than $500 and was released just a few months ago. Let's go from 7th to 1st place, no filler, and with a detail about one of them that almost nobody mentions. Before we get started, let me tell you the criteria I used to make this list, because otherwise this would just be another opinion, and there are already plenty of those on the internet. I looked at 3 things: the actual image quality you see when you export the video, how easy it is to crash, and how much DJI charges you for those 2 things together. 7th place, the DJI Mini 4K, 246 grams. It's so lightweight that in most countries you don't even have to register it. It records in 4K at 30 frames per second. It has a real 3-axis mechanical stabilizer, not that software trick generic drones use, and it lasts 31 minutes per battery. It's the cheapest entry point into the DJI world, and it delivers, but there's one detail that changes everything. The only sensor it has faces downward. Forward, to the sides, upward, nothing. The first time I flew one like this, in a park, I got distracted looking at my phone screen and set it straight into a branch. I learned my lesson the hard way. 6th place, the DJI Mini 3. Here, the leap is in the camera, and you notice it instantly. A 1/1.3-inch sensor, more than double the surface area of the Mini 4Ks, with an f1.7 aperture that lets in a lot more light. Translation: sunsets that actually look like sunsets, not just a burnt orange smudge. Plus, it records in true vertical by rotating the gimbal 90 degrees instead of just cropping your video afterward. And it flies for 38 minutes, which is still one of the best in the entire lineup. Its limitation is the same as the previous one. It also doesn't avoid obstacles, and it also doesn't follow you on its own. 5th place, the DJI Air 3S. Now we're not playing the same game anymore. A full 1-inch sensor, plus a second 70mm lens so you can get closer without having to move the drone itself. 45 minutes of flight time, 42 gigabytes of internal memory for the day you forget your card, and a LiDAR sensor in front that lets it detect obstacles even in very low light. 724 grams. That means mandatory registration in almost every country. And here's the uncomfortable fact that almost no video mentions. DJI has already decided that the Mini line, the one without the Pro name, will no longer be updated. In fact, in the official Mini 3 spec sheet, DJI itself guarantees software updates only until December 31st of this year. If you were about to buy one because you saw it on sale, now you know why it's on sale. 4th place, the DJI Mavic 4 Pro. This is the drone for those who get paid to fly. 3 cameras on the front, a main Hasselblad with a 4/3 sensor at 100 megapixels, a medium lens at 70mm, and a telephoto at 168. And the main camera has something no other consumer drone has: variable aperture from f2.0 to f11. Simply put, you can close the aperture and shoot at noon without having to carry filters in your pocket. It records 6K at 60 frames per second with 15.5 stops of dynamic range. That number might sound like jargon, but it means something very specific. You can shoot against the sun and still recover detail in the shadows when you edit. What impressed me the most wasn't the camera, it was the stabilizer. DJ calls it the infinity gimbal, and it does 2 things that until recently seemed impossible. It rotates a full 360 degrees and tilts 70 degrees upward. 51 minutes of flight time and 30 kilometers of transmission range under US regulations, 15 under European regulations. 51 minutes means you can go out with 3 batteries and film an entire morning without having to run back to the car to recharge. It adds 6 fisheye sensors that can see with just 1/10 of a lux, plus a LiDAR in front. You have a drone that can fly at night with total confidence. It weighs 1,063 grams. That means mandatory registration, paperwork, and in several countries a license. 3rd place, the DJI Avata 360. Here we're switching to a completely different universe. 455 grams, 2 1/1.1-inch sensors, one on top and one on the bottom, recording absolutely everything around you in 8K at 60 frames per second. And the idea behind it is beautiful. You stop framing while you fly. You just fly the path you like and choose the shot afterward, moving a virtual camera inside the sphere. The first time I tried it, I got 3 totally different shots from a single flight, but I promise to be honest. First, 23 minutes of battery life on paper, but in real life, with a bit of wind, we're talking about 18 or 20. Second, the stitching lines between the 2 lenses are sometimes noticeable, especially when you fly close to an object. And third, it doesn't have a full mechanical stabilizer, so the typical vibrations from this protected propeller design end up in your footage, and the 42 gigs of internal storage fill up with just half an hour of 8K. Second place, the DJI Mini 5 Pro. This is technically the best small drone ever made to date. And it's not just me saying it, it's the sensor. A full 1-inch sensor, 50 megapixels packed into a device that fits in your jacket pocket. To put that in perspective, it's the same sensor size as the Air 3S, which weighs almost 3 times as much. It records 4K and up to 120 frames per second, detects obstacles in all directions with LiDAR in the front, has 42 gigabytes of internal storage, and comes with a stabilizer that rotates 225 degrees. What is that last feature for? So you can record true vertical 4K video without cropping anything. If your content is made for vertical format, that detail alone's already half the reason to buy it. Regarding battery life, I want to be transparent. DJI claims 36 minutes, but in real life, when recording and with some wind, plan for 25. If you make a living creating content, you travel, yes, no question about it. Number 1, the DJI Lido X1. It came out in April of this year and it caught us off guard. All of us, me first. 1 over 1.3 inch sensor with an f1.7 aperture, 4K at 60 frames per second in HDR, slow motion at 100 frames, 10-bit recording in D-Log-M so you can really work with color and editing, 42 gigs of internal storage, 36 minutes of flight time, automatic subject tracking. And here comes what blew my mind. Obstacle detection in all directions plus front-facing LiDAR. And an entry-level drone. Until very recently, that was reserved for drones that cost more than twice as much. Now, to be honest, because this isn't magic, and yes, you do have to give up some things. The sensor is smaller, slow motion goes up to 100 frames and not 120, and vertical is cropped at 2.7K, not true vertical in 4K. But let's be honest, for 90% of people who are gonna buy their first drone this year, those 3 differences won't change a single published video. And with what you save, you can buy extra batteries, a bag, and still have money left over. And now, I'll finally close the topic I left open at the beginning. There's a detail that almost no video mentions. Neither the Mavic 4 Pro nor the Mini 5 Pro were officially released in the United States. You can get them there, but only through third parties with confusing warranties and prices that fluctuate. And with the Litho X1, things are even more serious. After the regulatory decision in December 2025, new drones manufactured outside the United States can no longer get the authorization they need to be sold there. To put it plainly, my winner officially doesn't exist in the United States. If you're watching me from Mexico, Colombia, Spain, Argentina, or Chile, this doesn't affect you at all. If you're watching me from Miami, now you know why you can't find it in the store. If you're just starting out or want to get the most for your money, the Litho X1 is the smartest purchase in the entire lineup today. If you make a living creating content and travel light, the Mini 5 Pro is the one I'd carry in my backpack every day. And if you get paid to film, the Mavic 4 Pro still has no rival. Remember that in the video description, I'm leaving you the best deals, so you can use the one that works best for you. And that's all.